Good morning, garden friends. This is Zulema in Dolores' Garden, Zone 8B, Middle Georgia. On this morning, I thought, why not? Let's go ahead and do a garden tour. This is the last week of March. We are one day away from our last frost, and let's just see how things are going. So let me turn you around and let's get to this garden tour. Thank you. Things are ever changing in this garden, so I thought, why not bring you along? Let's go ahead and check out all the things that's going on and how things are growing, evolving. And look at the two new members of the garden. I know you just seen this last week, but man, the garden is ever changing and things are looking really good. Sorry about that shadow, I can't do nothing about that. But look at these. Strawberries are getting some good size on them. I made sure that I really amended this bed and also fertilized this bed with berry tone. And I think it is absolutely going to be a great strawberry year. These are ever-bearing strawberries that I had purchased from North Farms. It was Parks Seed Company, and it was only probably like 6 plants, and they have of course been divided up and has produced all of these. Now, how can I forget to show you how this Concord grape is doing after transplanting in the garden. I got the Concord grape bare roots from Food Forest Nursery. Of course, I don't expect any grapes this year, but they will be establishing their roots and stretching out their arms. Now look at these. Let me see how I can figure out how to get rid of this shadow. Y'all, I'm an amateur, just know that. Oh, okay, that's better. Look at these raspberries. I mean, of course, they have spread everywhere as they do. And this is also going to be an amazing raspberry year as it was last year. Now, because when I pruned everything down, cut everything back instead of just the canes that produce. This is only going to give me one crop from what I understand, which I'm absolutely fine with, but it's going to be a bumper crop. Just know that. These extra trellises here are supposed to go up in the area, so excuse that. My husband and boys have to do that. But this is really going to be a nice berry year. So what we're doing now is walking down berry lane. Now these are the blueberry plants that I put in probably like not even a month ago. And they have really adjusted well and taken to my soil. They have put on these flowers where the blueberries will be born from. And here are some strawberries that I have as a ground cover. Also June bearing strawberries. So I have varieties. Let's go over that. Varieties, I have Spartan. This is a Premier right here. This one is also a Spartan. Here is a pink lemonade, and this one was really small and it's really doing good. And then this one I believe is also another Spartan. And then all the strawberries, which I expect to act as a ground cover for me, and I think it's going to do really well. Blueberries have shallow roots, and I think that will, plus the pine bark, will help keep the soil moist to prevent it from drying out. Over here, these blueberries, now I actually got these blueberries from the nursery, pink lemonade, and I cannot remember what those were. I put it in the last video, I can't remember offhand what they were, but look at this baby that's high. Look at this. My word. Honey. My goodness, I just have to show this. Look at that, a cluster. Now, because these are June bearing strawberries, they're gonna put all their fruit on at one time, which I am okay with. I will be preserving, making some strawberry preserve. Now, this one, of course, is the pink lemonade because the tag is still on it. But these two varieties are not. Now, I cut this one back, way back, because of my neglect last year. They kind of died back. That was due to human error, not plant. And this is another blueberry. And on this plant is where the aphids were. I do not see any new activity. I do see some right there, but I'm gonna wipe that off. No problem, I could take care of that. Now, because we're over here, we'll go ahead to these new beds, 2x10 beds that I planted corn in. And look at this, y'all. I hope you can see how the germination rate is 100%. Plan for this bed here, for these beds back here. Corn, once it get a certain height, I will be putting beans around the corn plant, and then along the trellis that I have, the A-frame trellis, there will be cucumbers growing up this trellis. I might put the pickling ones here, not sure which kind, but there will be cucumbers. So 100% germination. I'm also looking for, as I'm looking at these plants, and we'll go back through after this video to see, just to make sure, because man, one bug that can be a menace to your corn is the army worm, honey. And you're gonna come back and you're gonna say like, man, what happened? I had 100% germination, and you're gonna see some are missing. Baby, we not playing this year. We ain't doing it. Cause we gonna get some corn. That's what we gonna do. And I will be spraying to make sure those worms, especially when the silks appear, I will be spraying to prevent those worms from enjoying my corn. So every bed back here is 100% germination. I'm loving how they're getting a lot of sun, especially during the day. I know that there's a shade that's cast on it in the evening, which is okay, as long as they get preferably 8 hours of sun. So it doesn't look like any damage yet, but I will stay vigilant and keep looking and monitoring this bed. Now, I will be out of town for a few days this weekend for finishing up our anniversary celebration, which we have not done before in this many days. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get everything done today. So the beginning of this day is gonna be a garden tour, and then we're gonna go ahead and start planting some flowers. I'm not gonna put my tomatoes out as of yet, but the flowers, oh, look at this. Look at this baby. My goodness. Y'all can see that? Look at that. Loving it, loving it. I'm loving it. I don't know what commercial that is, but it just came to my head. Strawberries, all June bearing. Man, they are doing amazing this year. Look at that. My goodness. Look at this little strawberry. This little, I'm rooted down in there. Yes. I will be covering up these beds. I have some screen. I'll put it up because I'm just saying, I feel like my birds that usually protect the garden from squirrels, I feel like they've been watching and they're gonna go rogue. Like, you're not gonna eat everything. We know we're not gonna do that. This is my herb bed here. This is thyme. As you see, it's putting on little flowers, and it has done that before. And then I cut back, and it was just a cycle. That's it. Now I did plant some hyssop seeds in this bed, and I did see germination, but I don't see it anymore. So I will have to maybe go ahead and plant again. And here we have our oregano, which is looking really good. Rosemary here. Marshmallow was planted in this bed, and also this is the Roman chamomile that has started to spread. No idea what these are, but we're gonna pull them up once I come back through here. It's not a herb. All right, and just a thing about the corn. What we will do is, corn is a grass pretty much, or it grows like a grass, or it looks like a grass. We're gonna make sure we hit that with some high nitrogen fertilizer, because they are heavy feeders. Here is some mint. Now I purchased this mint from the store and planted it as a small plant, and of course it has grown and grown. So this is the second year for this mint being in this bed. Here is the elephant garlic, looking really good. The base of the plant is looking good. I already put in a pre-order for my, not elephant garlic, but I am doing a new hard neck garlic. I know in this area we are supposed to grow soft neck, but I have successfully grown hard neck a year. I also planted it again this year, and I also plan on planting some more. It's working in my area. I put it in the refrigerator for about a few months to help with the stratification, the cold stratification, and it seems to have worked. This is another bed of elephant garlic. So I do have a lot of garlic in the beds. I make I don't know what this is, but I'm just getting these weeds out of here. I make garlic powder, garlic balls for my mom, and she uses them for cooking, garlic butter. Now these are onions here. So the variety of onions I have is a red Creole, a Vedora, and a sweet Spanish. I also planted some of my own plants, and those varieties are the Carta Blanca. I did some what do you call that, shallots, and I also did, I want to say, a yellow variety, but I will put that in this on the screen so that you'll know the varieties. And here in the middle, I know you remember, here in the middle I put a bunch of the ones that I had planted, started, and I put them together to have them as bunching onions, and look how thick they have gotten. Now, just as a recommendation for anyone that is growing onions, onions do not like to compete for nutrients, so please make sure that you remove, or try to be a little bit diligent with removing weeds. You don't want them to compete for nutrients. They do not like that. And as you see here, I have to get a few, so I've been grabbing them up. Let me get out the, I've been grabbing up the weeds as I see them. I do see a few that I need to get, which I will, but they do not like to compete for nutrients. And look at the base of these onions. So last year my onion harvest was absolutely amazing. Everything was I had really good sized onions. This year, as you saw in my previous videos, there was a struggle with these onions being hit back to back with freezes. So because of that, my onions might not be as big as they were last year, but baby, we're gonna get some nice sized onions, and that's all that matters. Now, I do preserve my onions. I chop some up, flash freeze them, and then put them in the small Ziploc bags to be used. I also make my own onion powder. I also mix it, make a seasoning with the onion, you know, the onion and other plants. What is that? Okay. Yeah, there's a big old weed in there. I'm gonna get it. Don't worry. We're gonna take care of it. But everything is looking good. In here, I have some more elephant garlic. I have the early German, which is a hard neck, and with the hard neck they produce those scapes, and when those scapes appear, you know, about a week or so after that it'll be time to harvest. Now with those scapes, you can also use those in your cooking, whatever you decide. You could freeze dry them, you can put them in a dehydrator, or you can chop it up and use it in your cooking. Whatever you decide, it can be used. And you can also use these tops if you choose. So early German, I believe I have an Ichilium. I have elephant garlic in this bed, and I believe it's an Ichilium red that I have. Now because I did the early German twice, I'm not going to do that one again. But I am going to do a new variety, which I will put in the screen of the varieties that we will be planting. So I did pre-order from Keen Garlic. They put their pre-order, they opened up their pre-orders, and I went on ahead and ordered. Now here I have some onions. Now remember, these onions I started these from seed, and I planted them way early, and I think these are gonna give me some nice size onions. I did find one flower. Oh child, the bees, honey. Let me just scan up. The bees are on the flowers. But anyway, I did what was I saying? Oh, I did remove it to see if, you know, to have that plant focus on putting the energy back into the bulb. So we'll see. I found two. I couldn't find well, I thought I found two, but I saw one and I removed that one. It was very small, but it didn't grow back, so that's good. And look at the base of these plants. They are looking really, really good. Really good. And here are some more onions that have been, I mean, this bed, oh, I skipped a whole bed of onions. Here I have some more onions, the same variety that I went over. Oh, there go the sun again. I mean, the shade that I planted. And it's the same varieties that I mentioned. Now let's go over, I missed a whole bed of onions since I'm doing onions. I don't know how I missed this one. This is another bed of onions that are really putting on some nice growth. Uh-oh, guess what we found? Look at that. I see actually a couple in this bed. So what am I gonna do? Baby, we're gonna take you up. We're gonna they snap right off because they're pretty hollow. Look, here go another one. I'm so glad I'm walking through. Look at that. Is it gonna work? I don't know, but it ain't nothing wrong with seeing if it'll work. If removing the flowers to have that plant focus its energy not on producing a flower to reproduce, but to increase the size of that bulb. If it doesn't work, baby, this onion will still eat just as good. Oh, it smells so good. My goodness, I think you could use this, baby. Oh, the smell is amazing. I'm just looking now that I found 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that I found 4 in this one bed, I am looking to see if there is any more. And this could be due to the temperatures fluctuating so frequently. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but that's what they say. Uh-oh, they got another one. Baby, we gonna get it. I'm telling you. There go another one. Man, this bed here. Wow. Now, what I did notice is that the ones that I started myself from seed, only one put on a flower head. Just one. Now, you tell me, does that tell you anything? Does it mean anything? I don't know. Is it because the plant was, started, harvested, went into dormant, brought out of dormant? Does that make a difference? I have no idea. But nothing that a little research won't help you figure it out. Now, because I'm over here, I might as well hit this green stalk up. Y'all, look at these nasturtiums. Look at these nasturtiums. Last year, no nasturtiums germinated for me. This year, I soaked it for 12 to 24 hours and then planted it. And look at this. They are absolutely 100%. All of them have germinated and are doing beautifully. In this bed, I also have some kale, as you see here. I have some spinach. Now, these plants seem to be lagging behind. I have some spinach right there, some star spinach here. They seem to be lacking a little bit, but that's okay. I planted this late, but I also noticed that this green stalk, because of the trees, they get sun, but not as much as my other green stalks. So it's still doing good, but just a little bit behind. Because I planted this, well, you know what? I put the starts in here, they were really small, so that could also be something. But look at this green stalk that I have to go ahead and harvest some of this Yadeki lettuce, which is amazing. It lasts really long in the refrigerator and keeps a nice crunch to it. I love it, and I feel like I will always grow that Yadeki lettuce. Now, that came from Baker's Creek, one of the free seed packets that they gave me, and I just feel like that was really good, and I'm gonna purchase a pack. Yadeki lettuce. I have the red butter, as you see here. I don't know if you can see. Well, let's go around because of the shade that's on this side. It's the red butter, but it's looking really, really good, y'all. I'm loving how these green stalks are looking. Now let's go ahead and go to these cabbages. Now look at this. Y'all remember, it's making small cabbage. Look at my tree collard, looking fabulous. I am going to check the back of all these leaves today because I've seen the white butterfly in the area, baby. Look how big they've grown since the last time I showed you this. The starts that we started together. We started the seed together. We planted them together. And here they are, looking grown. Looking just grown, loving it. And these are the collard plants that you have seen me plant in the garden. I believe y'all saw me start these from seed, plant them in the garden, harvest multiple times, and now you're gonna see how beautiful they are, putting on flower and seed pods for me to harvest. It's nothing like a follow through. Love it. Absolutely love it. So I am leaving these because I'm not putting anything in this bed as of yet. I am trying to hold off at least 2 weeks after my last frost, or maybe even a week, because in this area, the bees are loving it. I hear them buzzing. In this area, when I moved here and seeing my patients, and they knew I had a garden, they always told me, don't put anything in the ground till Easter. We always get a last frost around Easter, and honey, they have been right 2 years in a row. Now, because Easter is so late this year, I'm not going to wait till Easter. However, I'm going to wait to, about 1 to 2 weeks in the month, and we'll see how that does. So look at these collards are looking really good. I am not going to take these up. I'm trying to slow down my tomatoes that I started from seed. Look at this green stalk, y'all. I have harvested off of this so many times. Now this one don't look, I harvested off of this one. This one don't look to have recovered. I don't even know if you can see that because of the shade on this side. But it's slowly to recover. However, the spinach, the strawberries, look at that Yadeki lettuce. Honey, I harvested so many times. It's beautiful, just beautiful. In these green stalks, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I thought, look, hey, I want y'all to say welcome to can you see it? The ladybug. There you go. Welcome. Do your job. You here to work. But anyway, look at this. This is gonna be beautiful. I love how this has turned out. And I've had this green stalk for a whole year before I put it together. Shame on me. That's all I got to say. Shame. Did I show you this? Yes, I did. I think I did. Let me get out the way. Good Lord. And look at this kohlrabi. First time growing kohlrabi, y'all. First time. However, look at it. Isn't it looking fabulous? Just fabulous. Okay, now look at these potato beds. This is the caribou, the huckleberry gold, and then we have some more varieties, but all of them have come up. Today I will side dress, and that just means putting some fertilizer on the side, and then I'm going to heal them up. You don't have to, but that's what I do. I'm also going to do the same thing for my corn. Once they get some height, I will be healing those up, side dress with a high nitrogen fertilizer or even a balanced fertilizer, and then I'm going to heal them up, which will prevent them from falling over with strong winds because their roots are quite shallow. Also in this bed is a purple Viking and a prairie blush. And let's see, I have another steak over here. I'm so happy I labeled everything, and it's a Caribe. So the varieties, it's a russet, a purple, a russet, a purple. I have in this bed is a red Norland, red port, and Yukon gold. These are the varieties that I am growing. And they are looking really, really good. Now, in these two beds that you see, I was supposed to have tomatoes in this bed. However, because these potatoes, of course, are clearly not ready, I had to switch my garden plan, which is absolutely fine with me. Let me show you where I will be putting my tomatoes. And the first year I started gardening, this is where my tomatoes went. I looked at pictures and they looked so good. So on this bed, this is bed 1, bed 2, and bed 3 over there, this is where my tomatoes are going to go. I know I'm going to need another space. However, the ones I'm going to put here, the indeterminate, which I have plenty. The indeterminate are your cherry tomatoes and your slicers. Most of them are indeterminate. And then the paste tomatoes are most likely determinate, which puts on their fruit all at one time. They set their fruit at one time, a set amount, a set height, all of that. That's a determinant, and they will go somewhere else. And last year when they were in this bed where the potatoes were, I did the Florida weave, which worked absolutely great, but I didn't prune. Honey, them things were everywhere, but it held it up now. But I didn't prune, and this year I am planning on pruning because I looked at my past photos from the first year. I had no issues with the worm damage because I kept them pruned, and this year that is my plan, to do a little bit better job with pruning. Let's go ahead and look at these flowers. You know what, let me walk over here because Mama told me, she said, you know what, I feel like the tree that's over there in the corner, you don't show that tree at all on your garden tours. So this tree that's over here was my first lemon tree. It died. I took it up and mama say, don't get rid of it. So I put it in the thing. It came back. And this is her little tree that she talking about. I'm gonna show it to you. I put it in the midst of these green giants here. And that's his big brother. But look at it. I think she will be super happy with seeing this tree on my garden tour. Hey, sweetie. And look at the dog. Hey, sweetie. You're a good boy, huh? All right, so let's go back to the garden tour and let me show you the flowers. So I just had to. So mama, there you go. I showed you lemon tree. He feel included now. All the big brother trees around it is celebrating like, yay, go bro, go bro. My husband hate when I do that. Create a whole animation. Look at these flowers, snapdragons. Man, I cannot wait for these to really start to put on that growth and flowers. When I say it's gonna put on a show, it's gonna be a show. Look at the snapdragons, are absolutely beautiful. Oh, I'm in it. I'm in the sun. Baby, this sun out. I got this jacket on and it's getting hot. I'm gonna have to take this off. Tree putting on growth. Y'all remember the trees. You know that the citrus trees I have in this garden is just what it is. And they know that this year, if they don't put on no fruit, we're gonna have to dig them up. Now I ain't gonna get rid of y'all, but I am gonna put y'all in a container and we're gonna take that space for something else that's gonna produce. So back to the flowers, snapdragons. Look at that. Forget-me-nots. Beautiful, just beautiful. Some more snapdragons. Forget-me-nots. Oh man, they look absolutely amazing. I feel like I want to start some more. And look at this, y'all. They are really doing good. This is going to be beautiful once they grow up. Hollyhocks. Some forget-me-nots here. And snapdragons. So that's what I have down here. Forget-me-nots, a hollyhock, snapdragon. Those are the ones I have that are looking really, really good. And I'm trying to maximize, well, I need space for flowers. Let's just say that. So let's go over here. Plan, because I have more flowers I have to put up. Plan for some flowers. This area between the pool and this gate, I'm going to go ahead and take up all of this grass here and put flowers. I'm going to put some zinnias along this. I thought that would be really nice. I'm also thinking, because I need to create a habitat for my swallow, what do you call it? Swallowtail butterflies. Because they always come here and they were massive. Along this line in the mulch, along this border, I am going to put some dill. Now look at this. Look at this. I'm going to go back here because I forget to put them in the garden tour. Now y'all remember this. This was covered in snow. It's self-seeded, but look at that. Living his best life in the mulch. That's why I'm putting it in the mulch. So you will see flowers spread throughout this garden. I'm leaving this so that they can eat this down. They loved this last year also. Let me get out this is parsley. But because it's a biannual, I need to get some more parsley. But I'm going to let them eat this up. Then I'm going to put new parsley down. So, oh, fruit trees really quick. I know y'all seen my fruit trees over and over. But plan today. I really need to get this done today. I need to spray these fruit trees. All the petals are off. Just mainly my plum tree, these 2 plum trees, and then the peach trees on the outside. Not so much as this, because I still have petals on that. Because the petals have fallen off of all these flowers, there are no bees in this area. I'm gonna spray this with the clay, and this is gonna prevent the bug from burrowing in my fruit, laying their baby eggs. Now, I got a great harvest last year. However, I did lose a lot, so I don't want to lose a lot. So the plan is to go ahead and spray that. Am I gonna get that done today? I don't know. I'm not sure, because I really want to get those flowers from out of the trays. And let me show you everything that's growing. And I gotta take this jacket off, y'all. I'm about to pass out. It's hot. It has gotten hot really fast, and I'm cold nature, so if I'm saying it's hot, it gotta be hot. Let's go ahead. This area is still under construction. I'm waiting for them to come and remove the trees that have the little paper on it. Those are the trees that will be removed. And once they remove those trees, my husband and boys will finish this area by building me a U-shaped bed. Let's put them there. Now let's go over here and see the man, it's hot. Jesus. Look at that. Tomatoes, baby, they need to come out of there. I know. Tomatoes. You got the flowers here. Marigolds I need to get up. Peppers are looking fabulous. Tomatoes. I've had to pluck off flowers. You have peppers up here. Look at those flowers back there. Tomatoes, pigeon pea plants, peppers. Look at the herb. I need more. Look at this. I mean, I really need to get this taken care of. And then, you know what? Let me go ahead. Oh, that looks like it needs water. I'll give that some water. Let me go ahead and show you, since we're doing this. Might as well do it to its full. Sorry for the fan. You might hear it. And this, we potted this together. And they are doing really well. And these trays worked out fabulous. I put the water in the bottom of the tray. It soaks it up. I mean, I love it. Yes, they are lunch trays, but that's okay. I was able to get it in bulk. And those plants here. Sweet pea flowers. These will be coming from out of here and going into the greenhouse. It's time for it to transition them. Okay, y'all, so that is it. Let me turn you around so I can give you a nice goodbye, and we could talk about everything that we just saw. So I planted some tomatoes indeterminate against this fence, and I planted the ones that really needed to get out of those containers. started to put on flowers. I know that I'm one day before my last spring frost date. However, that's why I only put some out. Oh, of course, the plane. Anyway, that's why I only put those that look like they just needed to get out, that started to flower, so that if we do get any freeze, I can always replace these, because I have plenty left. Hopefully I don't have to replace them, but you know what, you just never know. But these really needed to get out. And if you only know how deep I planted these, my word, they're probably like a foot deep, all the way to the bottom, actually more than a foot deep. That's how tall they were, how strong the stem was. And right now what I'm doing is I'm watering everything in. I turned on my irrigation, but I wanted to kind of soak them in really good. I also planted some flowers, which I will take you to go and see. I know I said I was going to bring you with me, but me and Mom was out here just enjoying the garden and working in the garden. She was my helper, and I didn't want to have to worry about the camera and trying to entertain you guys and Mom at the same time. So it was just me and Mom today. I hope that was okay. Yeah, so I really wanted to get these out. Their root system was straight crazy. So what I did was I kind of actually laid them down. You probably can't even tell, but I laid them, and then while I was planting them, to just get them a little bit deeper. And you know that they will grow adventitious roots along the stem, which is amazing. I also took out the cabbage that was there and transplanted this cabbage, which was in the back by the trellis. And I'm just watering that one in too. As you see, I put in some marigolds. These are my Kilimanjaro. What happened to this? Oh, that was something I trimmed. I'm about to say, girl, somebody done got me. I put the Kilimanjaros. I put borage at the base. So I think they're going to bring in some beneficials, and I'm super excited about that. My very first year gardening, this is where I put my tomatoes, and they did absolutely amazing. At that time, I also was I really pruned them really good, stayed on top of that. Last year I did not. So my plan is to try to do a better job with pruning. All of these are indeterminate that are back here. I also put in my amaranth in different places in the garden, my Shasta daisies, and I will take you around to go and see that. But yeah, just watering everything in really good. The sun has been out all day, and these have been out in the sun, and I think they did pretty good for being transplanted on today. So let's go back so you can see. The only thing that's drooping is this marigold that's acting like it's just real dramatic at this point, but he better get it together, because ain't nobody got time for that. There's the borage, and then you see here, these are my tomatillos. I'm sure you could tell the difference from those from my regular tomatoes. I have lots of slicers that I put in this bed. I put another amaranth here. I put these 2 stakes here because, honey, last year those things were massive, and I staked them too late, so I didn't want that to happen. Another borage on the end. As you see, my tomatoes are at the back of the trellis. I'm going to take some of those lower branches off. I'm telling you, I'm trying to make sure I really prune these really well. Okay, let me go ahead and turn you around so you can see that I did heal up. Here go my shadow. Fix it, Jesus. I did heal up the potatoes, and I also did a side dressing on them, meaning I just put some fertilizer. I did a balanced fertilizer in between the rows, and then I healed up my potatoes, and they are looking fabulous. Here, it don't look like much, but I have 2 amaranth in the middle, and then I have some, I want to say maybe calendulas around the edge. It'll look a lot better. It's just a little dramatic. And then here I planted some here. I want to say that these are also some calendulas, just trying to find spaces to put things. And these, I believe, in the front are some Shasta daisy. So they don't look the best, but baby, they still living. They all right. We ain't gonna give them too much attention, because then they're gonna be dramatic and be like, look what they did to me. We're not doing that. Let me just get this weed. I did get the weed out the middle, but that's what I've done so far. Let me take you to see all of the plants that I moved outside, and they are absolutely loving this the sun. They did really well, and here they are looking fabulous. These are the things that I have left to plant. Plenty of tomatoes, like I told you. So I am going to up pot these that are in here. They just need a bigger pot, which I'm going to take care of today. Trying to get a lot done since I will not be here. And then I have some things here on the table. I also planted seeded some basil in between those marigolds. Let me take you, oh, let me not forget. How could I forget? Here, some zinnias with some, what is this? Some calendulas here. Some zinnias are here. So I think it's gonna look really, really nice once they get acclimated and just start to show up and show out. Now let's go over here to the drying rack. I brought out the watermelons and the squash and the okra and the did I say watermelon? Cucumbers, some zinnias, some cantaloupe, and as you see, I need to go ahead and take care of those tomatoes and separate those purple tomatoes. So that's what I'm doing. My hands are filthy. All right. Oh, let me show you how baby is doing. Look, y'all. Look, y'all. Oh, I'm not gonna show you my hands. Sorry. I don't know if you can see, but you see it putting on some growth, getting grown. That's what he doing. He being grown. Okay, garden friends, I hope you can see me good. So that was our garden tour. Man, you know the weather is here because these darn gnats or whatever this is flying around me. Okay, anyway. So we did our garden tour. I hope you enjoyed that, to see how everything is. Oh my God, the disrespect. Jesus, fix it. Anyway. Leave me alone. Why? Good Lord, y'all. Hold on. Why they doing that? So disrespectful. Sorry, y'all, for seeing this thing flapping. I'm trying to get the gnats out my face. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that garden tour, seeing everything that's growing in the garden, in Dolores's garden. We have big plans for this garden. Places, I mean, we're going to be changing up, of course, as I told you, moving my tomatoes to another spot, and they did fabulous that first year, and they also did really good because I stayed on top of pruning. I need to do a better job of that this year. I think y'all will keep me in line with that, and if not, you'll understand. So yeah, so everything is going really well. I told you that I'm going to heal up those corn plants when it's time. I'm just gonna add some compost around it. Plant the beans so the beans can grow in between. And then I'm gonna put the cucumbers along that trellis. Potatoes today, I'm also gonna go ahead and heal those up. Side dress them with either a balanced fertilizer. Yeah, I'll do it with a balanced fertilizer. So you know I use 855 Nature Safe. I did re-up on my big bag of fertilizer. Now that fertilizer worked. It lasted me for 3 years. I had to buy another bag this year. This was the 3rd year, so I would say 2 years that it lasted me, because I buy a big bag, 50-pound bag in bulk, and I put it inside my container. So that's it for the garden. Everything is looking really good. I will bring you along when I spray my trees. This is the first time that I'm putting that clay stuff on my trees, and you can also use that on cucumber plants or squash plants. I plan on doing that to see if that'll keep the squash vine board. So we'll see how that does together. But if I don't get that done today, I'm trying to think of all what I need to get done. I need to heal up potatoes, which is not going to take that long. I haven't fertilized anything in weeks. Since I planted those plants, I haven't fertilized. You don't have to fertilize the onions because they're starting to bulb up. You're supposed to stop fertilizing once they start the bulbing process. They're going to pull that energy from the leaves. So what do I need to do? I need to heal up my potatoes. What else was I supposed to? Oh, plant my flowers. Oh, look at that hawk. I was supposed to plant my flowers, and I think that was it. Planting flowers, healing up potato plants. I probably should go ahead and harvest some lettuce and stuff, but I'll bring you along. I'm gonna try to remember to bring y'all along anytime I do something in the garden. That way you can follow me through with my process and also my journey of gardening. But I think that's it. Sorry y'all for y'all seeing this. It's just keeping the gnats out of my face while I'm talking. They're so disrespectful. But I think that's it. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, so that you can follow my journey. I so appreciate y'all. And until next time, y'all, peace and love in Dolores' garden. Bye.